In the widely successful History Channel show Pawn Stars, the employees of Gold and Silver Pawn Shop are displayed as very efficient, capable, and responsible workers. The old man, Rick, Corey, and Chumley have been running the shop for years, and many view their time there as a testament to their experience with pawning. However, what a lot of people don't know is that a couple of pawns they've completed on the show easily serve as evidence for their inexperience as well. I mean, bad pawns can make or break a pawn shop, and there have absolutely been some terrible pawns throughout the entirety of the show. Today, we're going to be weighing in on those terrible pawns, as we'll be listing a few Pawn Stars purchases that ended up ruining Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. Before we get started though, make sure to leave a comment down below. Who's your favorite member of the Harrison family? Rick, Corey, Chumley, or the old man? Rest in peace. Also, while you're leaving that comment, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That way you never miss a new video and you enter in our monthly shoutout giveaway. Number 5. This man brought a mandolin into the shop that was supposedly used by one of the members of the incredibly famous Texas Playboys. It was a very beautiful instrument, and it was obvious that it had some worth to it, but whether or not it was actually tied to the Playboys was up to debate. Along with the mandolin, this man also brought in papers that fully explained the origins of the item and how it was brought to him. It was also signed by the previous owner. When Corey saw the item, he wasn't really impressed. For all he knew, that document could have been completely fake, and he wasn't about to buy this mandolin for a couple $1,000s, only to realize it had no connection to the Texas Playboys at all. To really test its value and verify its origins, Corey brought in the shop's guitar expert to take a look at it. He stated that the mandolin was in fantastic condition, and that the letter would help it out during resale at the very least. By the end of the day, Corey lowered the man's asking price from $3,000 to $2,200, and they made the deal. To be frank, the evidence he brought in of the mandolin's ties to the Texas Playboys was basically useless. Everyone who looked at it pretty much said it would only help, so spending over $2,000 on it was probably not a good idea. Oh, it wasn't a good idea, because it turns out it was fake. Here's a clip.
A 1963 Carvin mandolin.
Okay.
With some interesting history behind it.
What history is behind it here?
It's an instrument that was owned by a member of Bob Wills's Texas Playboys.
Nice.
How about 21 without the case, 22 since that's a $100 flight case.
All right, you got a deal.
All right.
All right, meet me over there. We'll do some paperwork.
Number 4. Normally, the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop only accepts antique items that will attract actual value. I mean, it makes sense, they want to make money, but occasionally they will take in something more modern if there's something they can do to it to bring up the value. One time, a vinyl release of the popular Bob Dylan album Self-Portrait was brought into the Pawn Stars, and Rick ended up buying it off the guy who brought it in for about $50, which was 3 times less than what he initially wanted for it. After the purchase was finished, Rick remembered that Bob Dylan himself was in town for a Vegas show, and he sent Chumley out to go and find him, in hopes of him signing the vinyl they just bought. Now, Chumley did find Bob Dylan, and he did get the signature, but in the worst possible way. Bob Dylan signed the album out to Chumley, which meant that no one else would want to buy it unless some other person in the pop world happened to be named Chumley, and Chumley isn't a very common name. When Rick saw the signature, he almost blew up the gasket, but instead of going off on Chumley, Rick accepted the situation, walked away, and let Chumley keep it. Here's a clip.
Bob Dylan's in town for a concert. I want you to bring this album to him and have him sign it.
Anything else you want me to say?
You just make it out to Chumley, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Maybe another Chumley will.
There's not that many other Chumleys in the world.
I'm sorry, he asked me what did I
Just keep it.
Number 3. Pez candy dispensers were incredibly popular items in the past, and there are still a good number of people around today that like to collect them. The older pieces can be very rare and fetch high prices online, but our subject for this particular poem is a Pez collector looking to profit off the deep hits in his collection. This guy walks into the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, hoping to walk out with at least a couple $1,000s. But the outcome of the ordeal was far less than stellar. Right away, he entered the building. The ever-popular Chun-Li was eager to poke fun at him for his complexion. First, he questions the man if he has any candy in the dispensers. And when the man says no, he openly tells him that this is something a kid would be into. Like, you're one to talk to Chun-Li. You have literally bought in stuff on this show before simply because you thought it would be cool and you wanted to play with it. We'll actually be talking about that one later in today's video. Anyways, after Chun-Li's stupid comments, the man is insulted. And to make things even worse, once Corey says that he's only willing to offer the man $1,000 at most, this guy walks out in a fit of rage. Here's a clip.
I got a pest collection I'm looking to unload today.
Got any candy?
No, these have no candy in them at all. These are all from the 1960s, 1970s.
What good are candy dispensers without candy?
Come on, man. You work with this guy. Very, very collectible, and it's a great hobby.
Seems like this is something the kids would be into collecting, man.
Come on, man. Busting my balls all day long. What do you want from him? I like to grab $2,500 for him. Better grab it somewhere else. I'm gonna offer you $1,000, my friend, just because I gotta resell it.
Number 2. An official signature from the famous baseball star Shoeless Joe Jackson is an incredibly rare find due to the fact that he was somewhat illiterate and had his wife do all of his signatures for him. That being said, he did sign some things himself, and those items are incredibly valuable. So when this man brought in a copy of the book, Say It Ain't So Joe, with a signature from Joe Jackson himself, Rick was very interested. Now, an item like this is worth thousands of dollars, and that's exactly what Rick had to pay in order to get his hands on it. Rick ended up paying around $13,000 for the book, and it seemed that both parties in the transaction got what they wanted. However, there was one problem with the book that was discovered after the purchase had already been made, and that's that the signature was completely fake. That means that Rick wasted $13,000 on a useless book.
I have a book signed by Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Oh, it's actually signed by him.
Right.
This is absolutely incredible.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, deal, man.
Great.
Okay, I'll meet you right up front. We'll do some paperwork.
Okay.
Number 1. This is easily one of the most reckless, unprofessional, and reputation-ruining events to ever happen in the history of Pawn Stars. And isn't it obvious, it centers around Chun-Li. One time, a man brought in one of Elon Musk's flamethrowers into the shop. He wanted to sell it because his girlfriend told him that he had to get rid of it. I guess that's a weird reason. Chun-Li was beyond excited to see a flamethrower make its way into the shop, whether it had any resale value or not. So he spent about $1,400 on it, and then ran around the back rooms of the shop playing with it like it was a toy. Yeah, and you insulted the guy earlier for having a pest collection, right, Chun-Li? After playing with it in the back of the shop, Rick eventually came across him and was furious. He was very, very upset. He demanded that Chun-Li would find an expert to determine the value of the item, and Chun-Li did just that. He took things to the next level. Chun-Li took both Rick and the expert to a warehouse to test out the flamethrower and see if it was worth anything. It turns out the flamethrower did work, but it was worth basically nothing. And Chun-Li wasted $1,400 on it. To say the least, Rick was not happy. Here's a clip.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, it definitely is. It's not a flamethrower.
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
No, I think it is a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Chop. Chop. Chop! What in the hell are you doing? And what is that?